What is one of the most vital substances your body uses but you've never heard of? Phosphatidylcholine. What is phosphatidylcholine? Phosphatidylcholine is a phospholipid. So let's get into a little bit about what phospholipids are and what they're used for. Phospholipids are the molecules that create the barriers, the barriers that separate water within our body. So we have water inside and outside of cells, but what is the barrier that keeps the water on either side? That's phospholipids, phosphatidylcholine, phosphatidylserine. There are several different ones that our body utilizes to create cellular membranes. With these phospholipids, they create a bilayer, which means on the outside, they're very hydrophobic, but then on the inside, they're very hydrophilic. And this creates a perfect blend of keeping water on the outside while allowing water and certain substances to pass through the middle, a semi-permeable membrane known as a phospholipid bilayer. Why would it be important to supply your body with the materials to continually make new cellular membranes? There's one gene that I want to talk about real quick, and that's called PEMT. This gene specifically is the gene that deals with the synthesis of phosphatidylcholine in our bodies. If we have a SNP or a genetic error on our PEMT gene, then we will make much less of phosphatidylcholine in our body. We'll be much less efficient at creating and synthesizing phosphatidylcholine. Dr. Ben Lynch is a fantastic doctor that's educated a lot of people about PEMT and the benefits of phosphatidylcholine, specifically from sunflower lecithin. Every cell in your body utilizes phosphatidylcholine and other phospholipids to create and give it structure. So not just the outside cellular membrane, but all of the organelles, every single part of the cell, the way it's held together is through phospholipids. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, right? But what creates the barrier between the mitochondria and the ribosomes, or the nucleus, or the other parts of the cell? It's the cellular membrane made out of the phospholipid bilayer. So fast replicating cells and cells that need to reproduce and fill up areas quickly, such as the intestinal lining of our intestines, those cells have to constantly be replenished. And so if you are low in phosphatidylcholine, you won't be able to replenish those cells fast enough. That's caused from PEMT. Now, the problem with that is that it causes major digestive issues, as well as affecting your gallbladder and the ability to produce bile and actually protect your intestines from bacteria and other issues. So if your body's not able to keep up with the replication and the creation of new cellular membranes, it's always going to be lagging, always going to be behind, and causing major digestional issues. Another interesting thing is the importance of phosphatidylcholine in nerve function. Nerves are just like any other cells, and they use cellular membranes to hold their structure. And so certain nerves even have what's called a myelin sheath. That's a fatty protective layer around the axons of a nerve, of a neuron, that allow for faster electrical impulses to pass through and go quickly, so that your nerves and everything fire at quicker rates as they're supposed to. But if you, again, are lacking certain phospholipids, those reactions and reaction speeds are going to be much slower, much less efficient. So supplementing yourself with a solid phosphatidylcholine, and very pure phosphatidylcholine, you can use phospholipids from soy lecithin, but we prefer sunflower lecithin, as that causes less issues for most people. The cool thing is we use phosphatidylcholine in the liposomes of our products. Now, liposomes are the exact same structure as our cellular membranes. They're just very tiny versions of it, little spherical balls versus an entire cell. That's why they work, is because it's the exact same materials where these phospholipid bilayers come together, and then they can come and meet up with other membranes, cellular membranes, and release the payload right into into the cell where it can be used. And so our VARS Glutathione uses exactly this technology, a phosphatidylcholine liposome, to deliver reduced glutathione right where your body needs it, where it can be absorbed and used right away. And VARS glutathione plus phosphatidylcholine is extremely beneficial for all of these gut issues. Glutathione and phosphatidylcholine together are extremely synergistic for the healing of gut linings and the addition of helping digestive properties. But sometimes you need a lot of phosphatidylcholine, and that's why we prefer, there's a couple different brands that we like, but just make sure you find a good quality version of phosphatidylcholine that comes from good sources, that has a good high potency, a lot of it in it. I hope this helps understand a little bit about the PEMT gene, why it's important that we look at it, because if you have this gene SNP, most likely you're going to be very deficient in phosphatidylcholine. So if you do have PEMT, if you're wondering how to see if you have PEMT, get a genetic test done, and then start taking phosphatidylcholine. At the very least, start taking VARS Glutathione and our other VARS products, as this really helps with those cellular membranes. But get a good phosphatidylcholine. Watch these gut issues really heal up. It's going to be awesome.